Well, hello out there. Bill Bonai, Wild Bill Bonai here again. As some of you know anyway, that have watched my previous video clips about the Coopers. I've always wanted to get my hands on a Cooper Soarhawk because I felt that that would be the best way to go with these birds, and have not been able to do so here in Oklahoma because they have a 10-month trapping season, and the 2 months you can't trap are June and July. So, and that's at the the prime time for these Soarhawks. So, thanks to the generosity and efforts of Terrence Wright in Albuquerque, and I was able to get a permit, out-of-state permit, and trap this this little female here. Also instrumental in me trapping this bird was Dr. Mike Malloy. He helped out a great deal, and I'm very appreciative to both of those folks. I truly am. They have helped me to achieve something that I've wanted to do, as I say, for quite some time. So here we are. Let's see, what can I tell you about the bird? Well, I really can't tell you, except I will say that she acts, to me anyway, like a typical passage, right now, like a typical passage bird that's been recently trapped. I don't see much difference. Whoa, there you go. I don't see much difference in that. In fact, she's a bit more aggressive than some I've had. Let's see what else. The tail feathers may look a bit trash, but because I've had them taped and they need to be preened out. But they're in perfect shape, and I hope they stay that way. As some of you know, that's the hard part with these Coopers, keeping that tail intact. Let's see, I weighed her, baseline weight. I say baseline, I'm talking about this morning, the day after trapped, and she weighed 14 ounces. So, there you go. My plans for this particular bird is to hawk it on, my ultimate goal is to hawk it on rabbits. But as I mentioned again previously in my videos, it's somewhat difficult to get a young Cooper's hawk going, particularly a Soarhawk, on these rabbits here where I live in central Oklahoma, because there's so much vegetation out there. It makes it almost impossible, I think anyway. So you have to wait until like the cold weather comes in and kills back the undergrowth and whatnot, and then that would be a good time to do it. But then you're dealing with a late trap bird, and you have to go through all that. So anyway, my goal is to until that time, until such time as I can try to hawk her on rabbits, I want to I'll just car hawk her on starlings. Fortunately here in Oklahoma there's so many of them that we don't need a depredation permit. So that's my goal. That and any grackles that comes along, or pigeons, or that sort of thing, we'll try to take advantage of it. And then, like I say, about November, end of November, I guess, I'll try to transfer her over to rabbits. Now, I don't hold out much hope for that, to be honest, because at that point in time, she is going to be so wedded to these birds that I doubt she'll take on a rabbit, but I hope I'm surprised, pleasantly surprised. I would need to, of course, bag her on a rabbit. I don't have another hawk to do that with, so like I say, I don't hold out much hope, but I'm certainly going to give it a college try. Let's see, what else? I don't know what else I can tell you about the rascal. Let me think here. I guess that's about it, except to say that, oh, I do want to mention, both Terrence and Mike said that you do not need to hood these Soarhawks, that they come along so nicely that they're perfectly manageable without a hood. And Terrence said that unless you're somewhat of a past master at hooding them, you do more harm than good. That's his feeling, because it has a detrimental effect on your relationship with the bird. And I don't doubt what these folks say at all. Absolutely do not. However, I'm going to hood the bird, and hopefully folks don't perceive me as being some sort of stick in the mud who, but because I'm really not. It's just that I just see benefit to hooding a bird, particularly in the field after they've caught something and whatnot. And then I thought too, since I'm going to be car hawking these grackles, if I had her in the car and she was there without her hood, she'd be all over the car if she saw one at inopportune moments, of course. And I wouldn't like that either. So I don't know. I just think I'm going to go with hooding. I'm sorry, Terrence and Mike. I know you guys, and again, I don't doubt you at all. But I'm going to go with the hooding on the bird. And I don't consider myself to be a past master, but I can do it well enough to where it doesn't take much time for me to get the bird hood. It really, to get it hood trained. And keep in mind that long ago I gave up on this idea that you have to have, every bird you have has to be perfectly hood trained. I've given up on that. If you can hood the bird without, of course, causing a lot of consternation and whatnot, that's all that's necessary. You just have to be able to hood the bird. And like I say, I can generally get to that point fairly quickly. So while it may have some detrimental effect on our relationship, I think in the long run, it's worthwhile. So anyway, I'm going to do that. Well, let's see. I guess that's it. Oh, I want to say that this is not going to be another one of those videos of me training these birds that I've done a couple of in the past, because I'm going to train this bird the same way, and I don't want to put people through that again. So what I plan on doing is I'll be doing some filming. Excuse me. And if something exciting happens, I'll share it with you on YouTube. Otherwise, that'll be about the extent of it. But hopefully, I'll have exciting things to share. Let's see, is that it? I think, yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So we'll see you downwind.